Hi, this is Margo. This is Monday afternoon, March the 30th, 2020, and I hope everyone is doing as well as possible. I'm going to do a short methane report to include methane data from Copernicus Atmosphere Monitoring Services. This is from Friday, the 27th, March 27th, which is the last day they put data up. So they're behind, they're lagging, and the NOAA data from Saturday the 28th and our weekly update on the NOAA data that I'm tracking. So first of all, let's run these movies over here from CAMS. So I have Friday, March the 27th up. I have the Arctic view loaded and surface level loaded up. There's your color ledger at the bottom. So this is where it left off on Thursday. Now we've been seeing this high release in this Kara Sea here and Laptev Sea here, all around Severnaya Zemlya. This has been going on for the whole last week. It's been populating around. Also, lots of release from the Chukchi Sea here over this East Siberia ice shelf and over here in the Laptev Sea, and high releases off the coast of Alaska, or on the coast of Alaska. This is near Koktovik. So also this week we saw an Arctic earthquake right here in North Siberia at Tiksi, Russia. I think it was a 4.7, and so we've also seen methane releasing there. And today there was a 4.6, I think it was a 4.6 magnitude earthquake on this northeast end of Greenland that just happened. What happened this morning? So let's load this movie up. We're also seeing this high release here. I mean, it's coming back in the Kara Sea. That had kind of gone away, and it's like what had been releasing here to the east of Novaya Zemlya had moved up here, but now it looks like it's coming back here. But this is pretty awful looking, just constant release here, just all around Severnaya Zemlya, and watch it just keeps populating in the forecast period too. So the data is for Friday. The forecast runs Saturday through Tuesday, tomorrow. We're seeing high releases here at the northern end of Alaska. Now watch this wave move out across the Arctic here. And also remember, these lighter colors of green are also methane release. So it's a constant release of these waves moving across the North Pole. Now let's hop down to the North Pole view. So we're seeing Europe is loaded up with methane and the UK. And watch this arm moving out into the North Atlantic. Then in the forecast period it hops down to Spain and Portugal. Let's see, here's the Persian Gulf, here's India, this is the Indian Ocean here, and here's China. And then over here in North America, we've got this high release still in North Dakota, and I've explained what that was. That's from a lignite coal mining operation. Anyway, I did a couple of shows on that for my Subscribestar members, and did research and reported on why there's so much methane coming up there all the time. We're also seeing it high releases from the Midwest all the way over in the United States. And then here's the West Coast. Now over here, this is about the area of the Canadian tar pits or tar sands right over here. So overall, it looks like less methane from China, although some days it fills back up. But we'll just have to see how things develop with our lockdowns and everything as to what happens. So far, methane is increasing, and you'll see when I show the NOAA data today, you'll see that. So just because industrial civilization slows down, the methane doesn't stop. Because methane comes from many sources, and mainly civilization, but it comes from human waste, cows, fertilizer, all kinds of stuff. Decomposing matter. So here's the global view. Look at this arm moving all the way across the Atlantic here. We'll watch it again. Here it comes, starting on Friday, and then it moves on out that wave. Then there's a very high release off the coast of Canada here. Watch where my pointer is. It's going to come up there. That's on Saturday and Sunday and Monday. So there's something going on there. Now we'll go to 500 HPA, which is about halfway up in the atmosphere, about 18,000 feet. So we're seeing dark area here over northern Canada, and dark area coming up from China and around, and then it's hanging around the Arctic. And also we've got red across the Pacific. And total column. Here's China still, and see the red cloud moving over this area from China near Japan and all the way up this eastern coastline. Here's India here. Here's South America, so we're seeing a lot of red and this orangey red color over a lot of South America, and this orangey red moving all the way across the Pacific. So now let's look at the NOAA data. Now this is from the Met-Op 1 and 2 satellites. at the 477/469 millibar reading, and they take 2 readings a day, each satellite, morning and afternoon. So we have 4 readings every day. And so here we have Met-Op 1 from March the 28th in the morning. And look at all of this missing data, just white areas. So, you know, how they can think that this is accurate, you know, is beyond me, but this is what we've got. So the mean for this reading is 1,893 parts per billion, and the range was 1485 to 2349 parts per billion. And this is about 20,000 feet up in the atmosphere. So this is pretty close to the 500 HPA that we were looking at on cams. And the pink color, this pink, that's the highest reading down here, is between 2,000 and 2,349 parts per billion. It's a range. Here's the Met-Op 1 satellite in the afternoon. The mean was 1890, and the range was 1502 to 2357. And now the Met-Op 2 satellite for the morning, the mean was 1874, and the range was 1370 to 2292. We're seeing some pink here registering over the Antarctic as well. And the Met-Op 2 satellite in the afternoon, the mean was 1874, and the range was 1489 to 2263 parts per billion. And we're seeing pink over the Antarctic again here. So here's the spreadsheet that we're working with. Now last week it had gone down 3 parts per billion. That was the little line here. And so I plugged in all the numbers that I just read off to you and added them up and divided by 4. And the average for those 4 pictures that we just saw is 1882.75 parts per billion, and that's up 4.75 parts per billion this last week since the 21st. And so we can see the line going back up. So here we are at the end of March, and so the increase since the 29th, or basically the 1st of March, for this month, the increase for this month so far is it was 1876.5 on the 29th, so the increase is 6.25. And the increase since we started measuring this, since March 1st of last year, is 25.5. And the increase for 1 year from March the 1st of 2019 to February 29th of 2020 was 19.25. So what we're seeing is, here was the highest it was in October of 1885.75, and we're only 3 parts per billion away from reaching our peak from what it was last year, which is very bad. And so it shouldn't be going up this fast, this soon. But this is what's happening. And last year we can see that it went up, and then it went down and up and down, and it basically didn't really start heading up, really up, until around July, and then it had the steady curve up. So unless we have some more valleys and where it stays down, it's gonna just keep skyrocketing, and which is very bad for the the heating and the whole atmosphere and everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and close out with that and just make this a short report. If you would like to tune in to my longer reports that I'm doing almost on a daily basis for my Subscribestar members, you can check that out. The link is below in the description box. And for $5 a month, people can support my work over there. My YouTube channel is not monetized. It was never monetized, and so the only money that I make from my work is from any donations or the subscriptions over on Subscribestar. And I do this because I want to, and but if you'd like to support my work, it would be greatly appreciated. But I understand that these are really tough times for people, and a lot of people can't afford it, which is fine. And the reports, the videos do finally, when they go to my website, margoshealingcorner.com, that is free. And the archived, I put the archived posts from Subscribestar over there, but usually they're a month old or so. But so if you can't afford it, I totally understand. And so there's that. But you get notification of whenever I do posts. And also I'm going to start putting together some Zoom calls for my Subscribestar members. So that's another perk of having membership, that we can get together and talk about things that are pertinent in our lives. And so I'm in the process of setting all that up now. So time is very short, and I do believe we are in the end times. And if you've not gotten right with God and Jesus, I recommend you do it before you don't have a chance. So until next time, God bless you, and I'm praying for everyone. Go in peace, and I will talk to you soon. Goodbye.